Well, howdy folks, welcome back to the farm. Now, we have had a fantastic day, a little bit overcast now, but grey, but a few clouds around. We've had a fantastic day of drying today, which means all of our grass that we got mown, ready to make some hay, has had a good day of drying and is ready to be tied. Get that spread out so it can dry just a little bit more before we can hopefully roll it up tomorrow. So we're going to jump in, we've just got the tedder here hooked up, we're going to jump in and head on down and get that done before the end of the day. Now, a couple of things. We hadn't in the last episode paid for our equipment, so we've since made that transaction. In our downtime over lunch, we paid the farmer for the baler and the mower and tedder and windrower and everything else we bought off them. $18,000 all up. Now, that's come out of our account. This is all our equipment. We're just using Uncle's tractor here to go and get the work done on that. So it's going to work out pretty well for us, I think, I hope. We will wait and see. I'm not sure whether it was a good deal we got for it, but I think from what the horse guys, the stables and equestrian people around have said, they'll pay a decent amount for some hay. So hopefully we can recover a good amount of that. Maybe not off the first cut, but once we get 2 or 3 cuts done, it might be worth it. But let's just jump up in here. We'll keep talking on our way down to the field and go get started on the tedding. So as I was saying, hopefully we'll be able to make a bit of money over 2 or 3 cuts. I've kind of, since we've done this, I've been keeping my eye out for more free grassland if there's anything around either some of the fields that we own, if there's enough verge or anything like that to mow, or even if there was some small grass fields, if this really pays off, that we can go and buy for ourselves. That could be a good way to set ourselves up. You know, this kind of land in here, now this isn't available, it's owned by the people just on the other side there, but who knows, maybe we could strike a deal and get access into it. But there's the grass in there on the right, which we will go in and go and start getting tedded. Now, the other thing I did want to say is we are almost close, getting very close to selling the soybeans. Obviously we've still got Uncle's soybeans in the bin, which will certainly help his bank account because the interest repayments and the loan repayments have still been coming out, as have some of the other farm expenses, so money's getting a little bit tight. Obviously, you know, if we needed to, we'd be able to prop them up, but it hasn't had to be done. So, but it'd be good to get those soybeans sold. I think there's almost about 150 grand worth of soybeans sitting up there, so let's keep an eye on that, and we will be getting those done once the price hits a good mark. Right, these all turned, unfolded. Get that turned on. All right, it's all spinning. Get lowered down and just drop forward a touch. Here we go. The hay spread out the back, and it looks like it's doing a good job of getting that conditioned and into a good dry state. So, nothing left for it. It's the only task we've got left to do today before the end of the workday. So we're just going to crack in, get this all done, and then we're going to go put our feet up and relax before it's time to get back here tomorrow. And we're going to plan to get it all windrowed, baled, and off down to some of the stables. So let's jump into it. Well, that thing is rapid. We have just got through that in no time whatsoever. A couple of little bits that I didn't quite get lined up and hit properly, but we'll just get those done. Wouldn't be an issue, they'd get mixed up with the windrower anyhow. But do you know what has impressed me the most about that? Often you'd go through a field and ted it and you'd still be able to see the mowed rows. It wouldn't throw it very far. This thing is almost throwing it out onto the road. It wouldn't surprise me if we found some grass back in the yard from this throwing it. It was going a long distance. Even managed to get some down into the beans down here too, which isn't ideal, but we'll figure that out. Oops, a little bit just there. We'll just get this turned back on. Should we do that little piece? But there we go, that's us all done. So that's the job's really done for tonight. We've got a little little bit of stuff to do back at the yard, just a little bit of tidying up and just making sure everything's all sorted up there. But the other thing we do actually need to do is go and pick up the windrower and baler and get all those back. So we've got a bit of time before the end of the day, so we might go and sort that out. I'm not going to bother you with seeing how we do it all. It's just going to get back to the farm and be ready there for us tomorrow. So let's get on back down this way, bounce across the road a little bit rough coming out there, but get back down to the yard, get this put away, sort out that other equipment, and we'll see you in the morning. We're ready to start. Well, it won't be windrowing first thing in the morning, we need to let the dew dry off and things like that, but hopefully around lunchtime might be able to get in there and start windrowing, so we'll see you then. Well, hello and welcome back. It is the next day and we are all set to go with the windrowing. Now, you'll see we've actually got the auger out. It's been a bit of time this morning, it's been a quiet morning. We did manage to go and get everything brought back over, so we've got the windrowers set up here. Got the baler pulled over. They actually pulled quite well behind the pickup. I was quite impressed with that. So it was pretty painless getting over there and getting everything picked up. But we've got the auger out because the soybean price hit the top of the market early this morning. So we're kind of in two minds as to what to do. But we need to get this hay off. The market's not moving too much at the moment. We just have to hope we can get in there before every other farmer decides to try and sell their beans at the same time and lower the market, sort of that whole supply demand issue. But hopefully we can provide the demand without overdoing the supply. We'll see. We'll wait and see. It doesn't quite make sense, but I know what I'm trying to say. Anyhow, let's not worry about that right now. Let's jump up in here, get this New Holland windrower down to the field and see how it goes. Hopefully it's all going to work out just fine. I've had a little bit of a play around with it, a little bit of a test. Everything seemed to be running. Like I said, guys, keep this in good nick. It's all in good look. It looks good. It's in good condition. Well breezed, well maintained and everything like that, so even for a bit of older equipment it's not showing too many signs of wear. So anyhow, let's jump up in here and we will head on down to the field and go make a start. There we are, back down in the field. Now I'm just going to jump out, just double check the grass before we do anything with it, but I'm pretty sure it's all going to be nice and dry. But let's just go ahead and do a quick little inspection. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. That Tedder did such a good job spreading it out. I mean, it got a good day's drying yesterday. It's had a good morning's drying this morning. As you can see, there's not too many clouds around. It's a pretty nice, warm summer's day here at the moment. So, yeah, that's good to go. So, I mean, it'll dry out a little bit more once we've windrowed it and that, but not too much. And of course, you do want to keep some of the, not let it get too dry. A little bit of moisture is good to keep a few nutrients in there as well. Don't want it too dry. So, let's jump up in here, we'll get this set up, see if it all will work for us. So first things first, I'm pretty sure if we just drive forward and I pull the lever here, you can see that's swinging out. So there's a ram kind of down on the, see it there, it's down on the axle just in front of the wheels there. And that will make that spread out now. Kind of lost our alignment a little bit, but I didn't want to do that as we were moving forward. Going to be interesting to see what it does going around corners. Hopefully we're not going to get in too much of a mess. Let's go and set up along here on the edge of the field. I want to have this left hand side of this rake on the edge of the field, dragging the grass back inwards, and the other one should drag it the other way. So let's get that all lowered down. That's going to do that. There we go. Oh, look at that. Going forward just a little bit. One's pulling it across from the left, the other's pulling it across from the right. We're getting a tasty windrow there around the edge of this field. That's fantastic. Now, I don't want to get too close to our soybeans, but let's just see if we can drag some of that grass out of there. Not all of it. I don't want to go be ripping any beans out because they are going to be worth more than the hay's going to be. But here we go. This is working out pretty well so far. All right. Well, nothing left to do if it's going to go this smoothly. Is to just jump into this. Whoops, missed that little bit there. That's all right. Worry about that later. But yeah, let's just jump again into another little time lapse. This field's not really worth trying to montage. It would be nice, but shape of it and everything like that, trying to do all this work and montage ourselves is a little bit tricky. So time lapse it is. We'll see when we're done. well I think that's about as good a job as we're going to get done on this. I'm pretty stoked with how that's worked out. Get little bits and pieces here, a little bit of learning curve using this type of windrower, but all in all, I think it's gone pretty well. So if we get those both lifted up, just like that, we should be able to now get that wheel put back over. Do it in line. So we can road this back down to the yard. Here we go. I'm almost tempted to leave it down here. In fact, we could just leave one of them down here because I'm pretty sure we could hook one of them up to the back of the tractor just to go around the edges and pull things out once we've kind of done the bulk of the baling. But we'll worry about that. We'll see how we go. We'll see how the baling goes. I don't want to sort of waste time doing that if it's not necessary. So let's get on out of here, get back down to the yard, go and grab the baler, and then we can come down and make a start on the baling. I'm quite excited about this. It's been a long time since I've run a small baler in this kind of setup, so I'm pretty keen to see how it's all going to work, and I'm excited to see how many bales we're going to get and what kind of money we can make off it. It's not going to be a gold mine out there, but proof of concept could see us expanding this operation a little bit further. But this equipment, perfect size for what we're doing at the moment. Alright, let's just see about getting this PTO hooked up. There we go, the hose is in, and that's us all good to go here with the baler. So, intrigued to see how this is going to work. I'm hoping it's going to be as good as I think it is. Now, there's a few little things we'll talk about when we get down to the field, but let's go down and make a start on some baling. Excited to run this setup. Very, very keen to get it going. Alright, we're down here in the field now. First things first, we need to get the baler unfolded. So, just press the right button there. We'll see that will move over, and we should see that flap on the back will drop down, and there we go. Now unfortunately the drawbar is a little bit long. Now I can, if we go like this, like that, we can just shorten that drawbar a touch, but still a little bit longer than the length of that pickup. So hopefully it's still going to pick them up and drop them onto there in an auto load function. We'll just bring up our menu. I should be able to see see its transporting position. We probably want to press B again to put in operating position. I think that's going to be right. If it's not, we'll know to change it. So let's get the baler powered up. There we go. Looks like everything's moving, spinning, and doing what it should. First bales this is made in a wee while too. Let's just have a look here. Get on through. Looks like we're making hay. It does say hay down the bottom. Decent looking pickup. And we've got our first bale already. Bodes well, doesn't it? So let's just see if we can get that first one out the back. What happens when it gets to the end of the chute there? Is it going to fall on our trailer and be stacked, or are we going to be having to go around and pick these all up on our own? Let's just have a look. Oh, it's tipping off. Alright, let's just press B. Let's see what happens. Still not getting a pick up there. Oh, this could be disastrous. Things just aren't quite the right length for us. Right, I'm just going to jump out there and just leave that going. Let's just see if we can find, is there a point where we can put these that it will pick them up? Because I don't fancy having to run around and do these all on our own. So just bring that back over here. Drop it on there. Right, so that's not auto stacked. I wonder if it doesn't actually detect this size bale. That could be a bit of a problem. Otherwise we're going to be reliving my childhood, going around and picking a whole heap of these up manually by hand. Alright, let's jump back up on the tractor and just see if we change the position and the settings on the trailer there. So we press B, change the settings. I think I may not have changed it before, but if we put this one just a bit further forward, there we go, so that has stacked. I'm just going to grab this one here so it's not in the way. Throw that up there as well. So let's just see now. If that's the case. I'm just curious where the loading point is. Can we grab this one out? Not out far enough. Oh, it is. Let's just drop that. There we go. So that's stacked as it got to the end of the chute. So, alright, we might be good. Let's hop back up in here and see if that solved our issues. Alright, we've gone back just to line up and get to these few bits here that we didn't quite get with as we were trying to concentrate on what was happening at the back rather than the front. Should really be going the other way around the field just to be working on the inside of this, but let's just have a look. That bale comes out the back and gets towards the top of the chute and drop on our trailer. It did. It fell off the edge. Didn't quite go the way I'd hoped it would, but it is going to get picked up and not be run over. So there we go, perfect. Right, system's working, which is good. Now, just talking about this in a little bit of detail, obviously we're trying to simulate as if we had someone standing on the back there and they were grabbing the bales off and stacking them on the trailer. So just use your imagination. Uncle's driving the baler, I'm standing on the back and stacking these bales as we go around. That's kinda, as I clip the tray, we're caught there on the tree. That's kind of like what we're trying to simulate here, so let's just see if we can get this unstuck. Oh, it's going to be a bit awkward, isn't it? Alright, let me figure this one out and we will carry on. Alright, there we go, untangled from the tree. I do know a lot of people comment that they appreciate my sort of warts and all approach, that everything's not perfect and I don't edit out all of the bad things that go on as well as the good things. So there we go. There you can see that we all have our issues there with trees and branches, and things don't always go as they are planned. But so far, apart from falling off the edge of the pick up there, just on this bit of an angle, things are going alright. So let's carry on. Let's see how many bales we can get off this. Already starting to stack up on there, 21 on the trailer. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much we end up with. Let's carry on, get this field all done. Well, there we go. That is, what's that, 79 bales, 80, 81 probably. There's probably a couple in the back of the baler that haven't come out yet. One more pass, proper pass to do up here, and then there's a few sort of scraggly bits all over the place. I'll see how far I bother driving around and getting those. Possibly not worth it. We'll just wait and see how we go once we get along here. Pay attention a little bit better, and I would have not had that bit go there. But yeah, pretty happy with how this has actually turned out. Like I said, the whole idea is to simulate having someone standing on the back there, grabbing a bale, stacking it, and it's done a pretty good job compared to sort of some of the others where you get the thrower, the bale thrower, and just fires them up into a untidy bunker on the back of the trailer, into a bit of a cage. I kind of like this one. I like how it's all set up like this. Right, let's just quickly race around. There's a few little bits and pieces here. If we do get another cut off though, it won't matter because, well, it should decompose. The hay will sit there on the field until we come and pick it up another time, or it gets ploughed in. So I'm kind of contemplating now whether we do actually plough this bit and plant it properly, get some fertiliser and proper nitrogen, all that kind of thing into the field or not. Yeah, it's something else to consider. Anyhow, let's get this tidied up, finished off, and then we're going to figure out what we're going to do with this trailer, figure out where we're going to go and sell them, and get rid of those. I'm contemplating, we'll probably actually try and pull it behind the pickup, I think. That should be able to do it. We'll see. Right, anyhow, let's focus on getting this done, and then we'll make that decision. Well, there we go, 86 bales in total, which is not a bad effort. Now I'm just going to get this all folded up, just drive forward a little bit, to make it a little bit easier, not so much strain on the drawbar. And then I think we might just drop the trailer off and, no, we might as well just pull it back up with this one. It's not that much further up to the yard. And then we can figure out what we're going to do with it from there. But yeah, that's all gone really well. 86 bales are about 600 litres each, I think they were. So, what's that, 6,000, it's about 48, maybe 50,000 litres of hay. Not too bad, is it? Wasn't expecting a huge amount, it's not a very big field, but I'm happy with that. Keep a few horses fed for a few months anyhow. Right, and if we can get one more cut off there as well, that's going to be even better. Do you want to go gallivant around in the freshly baled grass field? Right, let's head on this way. They might have found some of that loose grass they want to go and munch on. Anyhow, get ourselves up into the yard and we'll figure out what we're going to do with this hay, and then we will be pulling out the truck. In fact, we might even leave this hay sitting in here now that it's all baled and off the field. We can drag it into the shed because we need to get our soybeans sold. There we are, that's us back. We've got the hay trailer dropped off there, just sort of in the entrance, somewhere easy to hook up to. Come over here and we will get the PTO and everything disconnected here if we can. Alright, there we go, to get close enough. And get that disconnected as well. And let's go ahead and get this plugged into the auger. That is our next job, is needing this to help get those beans out of the bin. So there we go, there's the tractor all hooked up to the auger. It is all good to go, so go and grab the truck. It's been a while since we've driven this. I think last time when we were selling the corn, we were talking about maybe getting rid of it or replacing it with a proper truck with a trailer and things like that. But this old girl, the old Chevy, still got some miles in her yet. Right, let's jump in here. I'll start first time. Of course it is. That windscreen's a bit filthy. We'll go and start loading up. We might grab the hose and give that a quick wash off because we are not going to see much out this, are we? Right. Just about can't make out where the auger is. There we go. We should be fine. We got it a little bit high. We did wind it up so it was up high enough and out of the way, but let's just see. Alright, there we are. We did lower it down a little bit. That's got some beans out of the bin into the back of the truck. So, like I said, just go and grab the hose, pull that on over, and we will go and get that cleaned off because it is looking filthy. Right, there we go, pick that up there, and let's head on over this way and give the truck a wash off. Look, it's even full already. Right, give it a quick hose down, just the front, just the windscreen. Don't really want any moisture in there with the beans, but we'll be right. Just so we can see where we're going, kind of an important thing. And then we'll get into it, get some beans sold, and get some money for Uncle. It'll be good to see that money in that bank account. Heading back up towards some decent money. Right, well, I had hoped to sell at the farmers market, which had a bit of value on it, but for whatever reason the trigger down there, as you would have seen, would not work. And then we decided we'd ignore the stop sign and pull straight out in front of a car, so not the best 5 or so minutes, but I'm thinking this should be H&H Baling Group. Yes it is. So this was the second best price up here, so fingers crossed we can get in here and unload. We've got an overloading auger. There we go, we're getting a trigger on this one, so let's just make sure as we tip that we're not going to hit anything, or hope there's not a collision on there, or we just need to be clear of that. We're clear of that auger, so we should be good. Let's just wait and see how much money we're going to make off these. Looking forward to seeing. Going to avoid any clashes. There we go, just fits in. Right, let's just wait and see how much money we're going to make off the first load, and then there is 4 more to go. Quick little bit of maths, we'll be able to figure out exactly how much we're going to earn. There we go, $31,208 worth of crop and $2,679 environmental school bonus. So almost $34,000 total per load. And like I said, 4 more to go. So a little bit of maths, 5 times 34, $170,000. My goodness. That's going to be very nice to have back in the bank account. Hopefully Uncle doesn't spend it straight away like he did last time. Right, let's carry on. Let's go and get this all sold and celebrate once we've done that. Alright, well here we are. This is our last load of soybeans. There's about 500 litres, I think, sitting back in the bin, but get that out. Sort of dispose of that somewhere, probably scatter it out across the fields or something like that. But yeah, happy to say we are getting this last load down here. Definitely a bigger truck would be nice. 5 trips, well, it wasn't too bad. It certainly tests the monotony of things, which is interesting to say that considering that's what a lot of farming is. But back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Let's get this all unloaded. It takes a while too with this door, using the door, not the whole flap, so it is what it is. We'll make do with it. Maybe that's something we could suggest to Uncle to spend some of this money on, maybe upgrading some trucks or something like that, who knows. Anyhow, let's wait and see what we end up with here. Then we head on back down to the yard. There we go, 31,222 and 2680. Now I'm trying to think if that's gone up. About the same? Anyhow, 175,700. So we've made pretty much 170 grand because we were just over 6 when we started. So 169.5 or so $1,000 off those soybeans. That is fantastic. That's some good money, and obviously leading into harvest coming up very soon with the corn and soybeans in the ground growing and ready. We've got the hay done, just waiting for that. So I think we're just going to head on back to the yard and wrap things up for today. Now next time I'm going to do a little bit of research, figure out if we can find someone to buy this hay. I obviously said that there was some stables interested in it, so figure out who wants what and we'll divvy that up and get it sold next time around. And we're also going to start getting ourselves ready for harvest, make sure the combine's all good to go, headers and everything are all sorted, that we don't need any parts or anything like that, and yeah, really get ready to make a start on harvest in the coming months. So yeah, all very exciting. Lots going on here at the farm still. So as always, I hope you've enjoyed this episode from Taheton County. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.